Well, hello everyone. Welcome back. It is once again nighttime. I think it's 4 in the morning though. And we are taking a little trip through Europe. We are going exclusively in Germany this time from Duisburg to Mannheim. I'm pretty sure I've pronounced some, if not all of that incorrectly. But we'll keep trying. It might not go well, but we will keep trying. We have motor oil today, so it should be pretty chill, which I am here for. And it looks like it's a pretty straight line, which is nice. Oh, oh shoot, I was just thinking, remember we talked a couple of, I think it was ETS episodes ago. I was talking about Australia World First Haul, which was a game that I got like a key to try out. I did not realize that it was just literally the first haul. I thought it was like the first haul and like they're gonna have a bunch of other things, but no, it was just the first trip. It was a nightmare. I don't like to talk bad about games, but that was just like an awful existence across the board. It was like they're like, oh no, the road's blocked. You can try to help them or you can go on. Don't be late to your destination. I'm like, uh-oh. I'm like, well, I better just go on. So I go on, but they're like, oh, you can't get past this accident. You have to go through this mud field. Oh, look, you're stuck and you can't get out. Now you have to pay to get towed, which I don't think there was a way that you could go through without getting towed. So it's like, why didn't you like teach us a different way to get towed? And then when you get towed, you went back like so far. And then as soon as you get back, they're like, oh no, there's a storm coming. You have to deal with the storm. Getting in and out of the vehicle was like so annoying because like that's the thing where you can get out of the vehicle and walk around and like do stuff on like a job site. No, it was awful. Hated it. There was just like so many not fun things about it. Is this where we're going down? I think so. And then it was just like, and it's like, quick, you need to get back to the shop. So I was like heading back and now it's like demo's over. And I was like, yeah, as someone who like, and the thing too is I could not get the steering wheel to work, even though it said like it works with the steering wheel, which it probably would have been a pain anyways to get the steering wheel to work, especially for when you got to get out of your vehicle. Couldn't get my controller to work. So I had to use a keyboard and mouse, which was not fun. And it was just like, there was just... From what I saw and where it's at, I just saw no redeeming qualities for that game. And I like that they're trying to do something different in the you can get out and you can interact and you gotta do things, except like when you get to like the job site, you have to get out of your vehicle and walk over to open the gate and then get back in the car so then you can go deliver it. And I'm like, just give me automatic gates. And so yeah, there was like, I see what they're trying to do, and I see that they're trying to not do like a clone of ATS. And I was really excited. Oh God, Paytage the Road. I was really excited, but it didn't play well for me across the board. So, but you know what? That's okay. Are we going all the way over? I think so. Yeah. It's hard to tell sometimes on those where you're going. All right, we have a slightly shorter trip. Again, we did level up in the last one. Oops, stay on the road, stay on the road, stay on the road. Almost like you could slow down so you could stay on the road now. We do have shorter trips, obviously, with European Truck Sim because we're still working on leveling everything up. The last one I think was like 6 hours. This one we're looking at, I think it was like 5-ish. I don't remember. So it's a little bit less, but we'll get there. We were able to level up and put a point into distance, which is exciting. This song's gonna put me to sleep, so we're just gonna skip it. I love that song, but just not feeling it. We did get a speeding ticket last time and like 2 red light violations. In all fairness, though, the light was green. I was coming up to it. It turned yellow. I wouldn't have had time to stop, and so I just like, well, I guess we're gonna go through, and then it turned red and I got a ticket. So I think they just need a little bit more yellow on their ticket on their lights before they give me tickets, but it's fine. Yeah, I think this should be chill. I think it's a pretty straight line, which is nice until you get into where we're going, or around where we're going, Mannheim. Then around there, it looks like it got like a little bit of a whoop-a-doop kind of situation. Because I do like the open roads. I noticed it the last time that I think I can understand why people do maybe prefer ATS to European Truck Sim, and I think it's because you have a lot more distance between cities, and it's a lot more go and go fast. Like the speed limit in America is like 75 miles per hour oftentimes, whereas here it seems to be kind of consistently 50. And so like if you like speeding and driving and puttering, that's good. I'm really excited because there's so much DLC still that they can make for ATS. But I did also, like, you know, I talked about it. Oh. Whoops. I picked up the France, Portugal, I believe, and Italy DLC because it was on sale for a decent price with the Steam summer sale, and I will start to pick some more up. I might pick up the Balkans here in short order because I think that's also on sale for about $9 Canadian. For anyone who doesn't know, like, yes, I'm Canadian, I'm in the States now, but because I can't change my PayPal to American, I'm trying to figure out like how I can do that because I haven't been able to yet. I haven't really looked into it, but because I can't change the region, it seems like I need to make a new one. I need to do that, and then I can switch my Steam to American. So like right now we've just been living in Canadian prices still. It's fine. I should probably slow down because there is in fact a police officer on the side of the road there, and we don't want to get extra ticket because that's usually how it goes. If you're getting a ticket, you're getting a ticket when there's actual officers on site. Like headlights not being on, at least in American Truck Sim, if your headlights aren't on, it's like what, like $100, $150 ticket. But if it's a cop that catches you, it like doubles. So yeah, it's fine. All right, we're heading towards Frankfurt, it seems. Has anyone ever been to Germany? I have not been to Germany. The only place in Europe I have been, which like I think like as someone from North America would go, well, the only place is like, I don't mean it like that. Like, yes, it's really cool that I got to go to Europe at all, is France, specifically Paris. I went quite a few years ago now. It was like a whole thing. I'm sure I've talked about it, but I was going to Florida for my friend's wedding, which was a whole thing because she ended up not getting her visa, so then she couldn't go to her wedding. Is that a cop over there? Or just a pulled over car? Just a broken car, okay. So the wedding ended up not happening, but I was like, well, I've already got my tickets. And I was looking for my ticket home. So she had booked my ticket down so I could fly down with her children, because they lived in Canada, and they weren't moving with her. She had booked my tickets down, but I need to book my ticket back home because they were going to stay a little bit longer, and then she was going to send them back with her parents, I think, something like that. So I need to book a ticket home, and I was like looking, and the tickets home were like $400. And I was like, I wonder if I can do like one of those things where like I visit somewhere else on the way home for like only like a couple extra bucks more. I found return home tickets, so from Florida to Paris to Vancouver, for $700. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. This is the closest I've ever been to Paris. So I went to Paris. I got to see the Louvre. I got to see Notre Dame before it burnt down. I didn't go inside because I have like this weird thing. Like, I feel uncomfortable going into churches as someone who doesn't practice religion. I feel uncomfortable going into churches to tourist at them when other people may be practicing their religion. Oh my goodness, did we just go up to 120? I swear that road sign said 120. Because I feel like I'm invading on their space and on their sanctity and all that, right? So I did go in. Now that if I had known that it was going to burn down, I might have gone in because it would have been cool to look at it, but it's fine. I also went to Disneyland Paris, which was a lot of fun. I got to go on the Remy, the Ratatouille ride. got me seeing like Remy the Ratatouille, like the musical. I got to go on the Ratatouille ride, which was really cool because it wasn't in any of the other parks at the time. But yeah, it was nice. Would I go to Paris alone again? Probably not. It was enjoyable enough, but I think it would have been far more enjoyable. Ooh, look how pretty that bridge is. I like it. It would have been much more enjoyable with other people. And so like that kind of sucked. I really also wanted to go to Versailles. I was going in winter, so I wasn't gonna be able to see like the cool gardens and everything, but I wanted to see like the palace and everything. But the Seine had flooded so much that the subway train to go out there, oh god, I'm gonna get hit. That sounded like a truck. The subway train to get out there was flooded, like the tunnel, so you couldn't go out that way. So the only other option was to spend like 50 euro on a coach bus to drive you out there. And I'm like, that's a lot of money, because I was like, that'd probably be like closer to like $100 Canadian. So I was like, I'm good. I did go to, I went to the catacombs. Catacombs were wild. It felt, again, invasive. I don't know, like I've never really been around like skeletons and stuff, and there was a whole lot of them. I waited in line quite a while to go in. Then I went down. It was like so eerie and so creepy, but so interesting, but also eerie. So that was cool. I'm glad like I got to see that. And obviously I did the Louvre. I didn't go up the Eiffel Tower because I was like, I don't want to wait in these lines. I did go up the Arc de Triomphe, which, oh my goodness, so many stairs. There is an elevator, but I think the elevator is only for like the old and like people who have physical limitations. And I was like, I can walk up here. Oh my god, there's so many stairs. I got to the top and I nearly died, and many other people were up there with me going like but it's really cool. Very nice views from up there. Just kind of putted around, didn't get robbed, although I almost got robbed. Day one, somebody tried to steal my laptop case while I was still waiting to check in my Airbnb. I was just at a restaurant, so that was fun. I saw them trying to grab it, and I just grabbed it. I just looked at them, I just went, no. And then they left. But that would have sucked, because at the time I also had, I don't think I had my wallet in it, but I did have my passport at the front of it. So like that would have sucked, because then I would have like had to be like, okay, where's the Canadian embassy here? I need an emergency passport. Although it could have been cool to have an emergency passport, but then I would have had to like get a new passport. So anyway, my passport is good. I got the 10-year pass. That guy almost hit me. I got the 10-year passport. I think it's good for another 2 years, and then it runs out. So like, I like, can I get this is what I'm so interested. Like, I'm not living in Canada, but can I like still get a Canadian passport? Because I'm still a Canadian citizen, because I don't have to renounce my citizenship. So, because I would like to continue to have one of those to travel on, I think. And then I would assume that once I like go through the steps and be like become a PR here, then I get permanent resident. Then I could like get the passport for here, if they still let women do that, you know. I don't know. I've been like so stressed about like the political climate and all that stuff here right now, and like obviously we have a ripcord. Like if everything gets really, really bad, I can leave. But like I'm like, it sucks that this has to be an option like that we have, you know. Because I'm like just so stressed. Like I'm like, if they're like, hey, you know, we're gonna deport you, I'm not like stressed about if they decide to deport me. It will suck, because if I get deported, I probably can't come back. I guess I could technically, if they give me the option to self-deport, then I could, right? Is this an accident? Can I scooch? I think I can. Hopefully. Anyway, that's not what concerns me. It'll obviously suck, and it'll be a huge inconvenience and all that stuff. But the thing that stresses me out is the thought of, well, hey, we're in Mannheim, of not having that option. And they're just like, hey, you're Canadian, which means you weren't born here, which means we're just gonna bring you somewhere, and your family's not gonna know where you are, and you might die. That's That's what concerns me, you know? One, inconvenience. We'll figure it out. The other one kind of can't come back from that, you know? So that's like my biggest fear. And like, again, like I shouldn't have to have these concerns because as like we've done everything legally, but it seems, you know, anyway, so this is like, I'm just in like a constant state of stress over this stuff and I hate it. It's like, I think I've described it like this on here before, but it's like, you know, when you go into like a store and you look around for a while, you decide not to buy anything. But you go to leave and you still have this like fear that like the sensors at the door are going to go off, even though you didn't take anything. Cause you're like, what if somehow something fell in my shoe and I'm accidentally robbing it? That's like the feeling that I just like constantly have. Like, I know I haven't done anything wrong, but like, what if I committed a crime 4 years ago and I forgot about it somehow, even though I clearly didn't, you know? So like, that's my biggest stress. It's not the option of self-deport. If it comes to that, it's like the option of not that, which like, hopefully it doesn't come to that. But that's why for me, I'm having such a hard time working on the paperwork for the next step, because I'm like, what if I go to my interview and they go, LOL, is this the way we're going? Yeah, it is. Oh. We're only 9 minutes out. We're just driving on the sidewalk. Bike lane? Maybe bike lane. Oop. I would be honestly okay. I know you're not supposed to like speed up if there's like people driving around you that are like going faster or like whatever. But honestly, if I was that car, I'd be speeding up to get away from this like really cursed driving truck back here. I'd be afraid for my life. But anyways, like I said the last part, or was it the American truck sim video the last part I recorded? I'm not sure, but I was talking about how like I have looked into it and I'm here legally and perfectly fine, and I only need to do the next step if I want to leave the country, which I would like to go to visit family and stuff, or if I want to work. It throws me off that the lights go red, yellow, green. And so like it's not like a panic, like everything's fine, everything's settled, everything's set. So like that's kind of taken some stress off. But like, again, if I do want to go visit family or if I do want to work, I do in fact need to go through that next step. But at least it's not like I need to do it now, there's a time limit, panic. There's a bit of a time limit in that, I think I'm too close to the edge here, yeah. There's a bit of a time limit in that my medical will expire in November. And so if I want to continue to use that medical, I have to do it before November, but like we could always do another one if need be. I'm sure we could find a doctor for it, but yeah. Let's slow the freak down there, Keeper. All right, let's see where the parking is going to be, because the parking I've felt has been just like notoriously annoying over here in Europe. Let's see. Okay, this is all right. Okay, we loop around. Okay, I think I can do that. I was afraid I was going to have to go down that way to the left, but it looks like it's a loop around, so I could probably accomplish that. Whoop, whoop, whoop. All right. I think we're out this way. It's so wild because like I took one of the longer trips. It wasn't the longest, but I did take one of the longer trips, and it's only been like 18 minutes of IRL time. There you go. Look at that. We parked so well that time. Heck yeah. I think we... Oh, wait. We crashed into a few things. I'm remembering this now. Oh, we still got excellent, though? All right. Made ourselves a pretty... Hey, we didn't... we didn't get any bad, Keeper. Heck yeah. I will take that. If you like this content, do make sure you subscribe, because we always have so much fun stuff coming your way. We are working on leveling up our distance for ETS. We got ATS for the long range vibes. We got everything and else. Everything and else. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.